Hello? Hello? Hi. Happy Thursday, everybody. Sorry, I was running a little late. I was dicking around, and then I over-dicked, and then, yeah. So anyway, but we're here now. We're here now. It's fine. How are you guys today? How are you doing? And is it just me, or is the music, like, bumping? I think it's just this damn starting screen. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Also, now that I'm like playing Dead Space like twice a week, I like feel weird now that I have my model. Like I'm used to the PNG stream now, so I'm like, oh yeah, y'all can see me now. Hello. Hi. Hello. How are we today? How's everybody doing? It's Thursday. The week's almost over. We're vibing. We're chilling. How are we? How are we doing? Did that go off? Was there a thing on the screen for that? Thank you for the 6 months, Az. Did the thing? Am I not hearing my alerts? Did that pop up, or is it just taking its time? I wasn't looking. I was looking over here. Not over here. You guys are over here. Hello, guys. How are you? Except you're actually over here right now, too. Because you're over here on Mix It Up. And then you're over there in Streamlabs. But I'm looking at you over here because it's convenient. But you're also over there. And once I start playing the game, you're gonna be over there. But for right now, I'm looking over here because it's convenient. Scammed? Oh, well, what the hell? You know what I will say? I really hope my stream goes well today. Because yesterday, my internet was being funky monkey. It kept going out. It was being really slow. So I'm a little bit concerned, but I think so far today it's been okay. And my alerts just might be fucking around. Wait, what's my sub sound? Let me think. Is it the "Where have you been all my life"? No. I think that's my follow one. Shit. Shit, what's my sub one? I think "thank you for your patronage" is for donation. Fuck, what's the sub one? Shit, what's the audio? I can't think of it. Now that I'm on the spot, I can't think of what it is. But that, just pretend you hear it. Just pretend you hear it. It's fine. Oh, wait. Yes, it was. Hi, Ulti. How's it going? Oh, it's a 6-month streak. Well, it said subscribed with Prime. So that, okay, threw me off. Well, thank you for the 6 months. I mean, that's still banging. That's still banging. We love to see it. Monty. That's me. Hi, Ulti. How's it going? How are you? I hope you're doing good today. How is everybody? How's your week going? Are we doing good? I have an update for you guys. Oh, okay. Maybe that's why. I thought it was a resub. That must be why. That must be why. Okay, never mind. You weren't scammed. Unscammed. Congratulations. Everything's ready. I'm so excited. I can't wait. Everybody, Ulti's debuting this weekend. And I'm going to be joining in some of the festivities. I won't be streaming it, but everybody should definitely go to Ulti's stream. We're gonna be playing some fun games. And also he's just gonna be playing some fun games all fucking weekend. Y'all have to check it out, okay? You have to. That's my brother! You must. It's required. This is your homework. I'm giving homework now, and this is your first assignment. The week is still going? Hell yeah, it is. Hell yeah, it is. I swear it just keeps doing that, doesn't it? It just keeps doing that. But the end is in sight. We are almost there. We've made it this far, besties. We are ready. Lethal is about to be crazy. Also, I haven't played Lethal in so long. In so long. I'm excited. It's gonna be good. I don't know if it's either bugged or maybe it was supposed to be from last month's but it barely popped up now. I'm a festivity. Always. Always. Yes. Okay, let me tell you guys my update on this game before I forget, okay? We need to, well, okay, let me start with this. I have something to confess, which is that I lied. I didn't lie on purpose. I didn't know I was lying when I lied, okay? But I did lie. So I was looking at my Steam because, okay, let me remind you guys that last time somebody asked me who I suspected for the murder, and I gave a kind of arbitrary response, you know, I just kind of made a guess, and my guess was Gundam. And my reasoning was part one, the Sonya theory, which still holds true. It's still kind of a weak theory overall, but I am still holding on to that theory. I like that theory. I think it's fun. And I do think we got a little bit of supporting evidence, but nothing solid enough to really give it like a backbone, but I digress. That's part one. Part two, as everybody I think agreed, the more substantial evidence was the fact that I said I still needed one more point to have full friendship with Gundam. And so of course he would die right before I got his skill. Well, I was looking at my Steam and I have an achievement that says I got every page in his report card, so I lied. I am fully friends with him. So our most substantial evidence is no longer valid. However, however, today I was sitting at my desk at work, racking my brain, okay? Racking my brain for a replacement evidence. And the theory is back on for a different reason. Are you guys ready for this? I think this is really compelling, okay? This is really, really compelling. You guys ready for this? All right. The reason it's Gundam is because the killer had to have accessed and survived the final dead room, which involved Russian roulette. What's involved in Russian roulette? A gun. What's in Gundam's name? Gun. It's him. Case closed. Gundam is the killer. Oh, I'm being so for real right now. That is my evidence, okay? That's my evidence. I'm calling it right now. Gundam is the killer. With my Sonya theory and this, there's no way I could be wrong. Okay, so let's just see what happens. Let's just see if I'm right, shall we? I'm feeling confident about this, all right, besties? I still don't know all the details, all the why, all the how, all that good stuff. However, I do believe, and I will stand by, that Gundam is the killer, and that Sonya made him do her dirty work. That is the theory. Okay? Of course, the person with gun in their name who isn't the ultimate lucky student would also survive the Russian roulette. Come on. Yeah, he would. Yeah, he would. Exactly. Gun down. Yes. So you get it. Yeah, so anyway, that is my replacement evidence, since we do have full friendship with him, which was, of course, our most compelling evidence to date. But I think this is pretty compelling as well. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Gun don't kill people, people kill people. Exactly. Exactly. You so right, Juan. This is still less cracked than some of your other theories. Oh, absolutely it is. Honestly, this is like child's play comparatively. Okay. But I think it's compelling. And like I said, I'm going to let it carry me through this trial. Okay, if Gundam is not the killer, then I'll admit defeat. But I have a feeling, you guys. I have a feeling. I think it's him. But we're gonna find out. Let's do it. Let's go.
I'm trying to force myself to be more energetic, or else my mental state won't be able to keep up.
Okay.
My heart's thumping like crazy. I might as well have a laid-back, so what attitude and go ahead with high energy.
Hell yeah, girl.
Yeehaw!
Oh, yeehaw! Yeah.
But be careful that your batteries don't run out for various reasons.
Okay, that freaked me out a little bit. Because along with my Chiaki break the fourth wall theory, she just broke the fourth wall. How's she know I'm a beat boot? How's she know that? How's she know I got batteries? The Chiaki theory and the Sonya theory cannot exist together unless they're like in on it together. Okay. Those two, I can't really make them work together. It's gotta be one or the other. And right now with our Gundam theory, we're going all in on the Sonya theory, even though the Chiaki theory is my personal favorite. Okay. Yeah, basically. They just don't really work together that well. I guess it could be possible, but they don't really work together that well. I don't know if I can be that cracked about it. Even me. I don't know about that. But this is points to the Sonya theory again.
And just like I say each time,
points to the Sonya theory.
Don't forget to say frequently.
She's Okay, whatever. I can't do this right now. My girl, that's my girl. That's my girl.
I never expected the funhouse itself to be the ultimate weapon.
Okay, yeah, that is where we ended. Okay.
Oh well, let's just press on ahead.
All right, Queen.
Is it really all right to accept the situation so easily?
It is, Az. It is.
I mean, that's not what's important.
What else are we supposed to do, girl?
The thing that's really important
We gotta
is
accept it. It's the facts.
the killer who used the building structure. Like, who's Mekumaru's murderer?
But is it really okay to believe the building is the weapon? Nagito said it, you know.
You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough.
There's no way I'd lie at such an important moment.
Oh yeah, he was being
I don't
weird
wanna
too,
die
wasn't
either.
he? Like more weird than normal, if I remember correctly. Because he's being mean now, which just makes me like him more. But he's being weird. He's being different. He's changed. They always do.
What happened to the bastard who kept saying how much they didn't mind dying?
He's rude for that. He's fucking rude for that. What the fuck?
He's right. There was a time when I thought I could become a stepping stone for your hopes, but
He's over it.
I will sincerely retract that remark.
Oh, God. I was about to say something so inappropriate. I can't.
I'm disappointed
I'm
too,
keeping
you know?
that one locked
This was a
locked
murder for
inside.
the sake of hope. I'd happily sacrifice myself.
I have such unpure thoughts about him all of a sudden. All of a sudden, before I knew it. Okay, I'm disappointed too, you know. If this was a murder for the sake of hope, I'd happily sacrifice myself.
You say such
No,
falsehoods.
honestly, it wasn't even really related to what he said. It was just a visceral response to just him. That's all. You say such falsehoods per usual.
There is no such thing as murder for the sake of hope. Murder is simply murder. Forcibly sacrificing others for one's own desires. Even one as diabolical as I would avoid such actions.
Interesting you say that.
It's fine. Let's just leave him alone
God,
and find out who
okay.
killed Coach Nekomaru as fast as we can.
I don't know what's happening to me, but suddenly I find him so attractive. This is exactly what fucking happened with Byakuya. Except Byakuya was more concerning to me. Byakuya was like, I was getting desperate and stir crazy. This is more like just my questionable taste in fictional men is being exposed Suddenly, he's doing all the right things, saying all the right things, and suddenly I'm in love. Thank you, Az. I needed that. Let me take a drink of water. Whew. Nagito, stop. We can't be doing this. I was once you. What is that? That makes me think of, there's like a clip of me that I forgot existed. And I forget it exists and then I remember it. And this is one of those times where I think I was talking about like my character in Lost Ark. I'm a baddie up in there, okay? I be looking so fucking fine. And I think I was like talking about how I wanted my character to step on me. But then I was like, but then I'd be stepping on my, I want to step on me. I want me to step on myself. And then I just had, you know, kind of a clarifying moment. And that's how I'm kind of feeling right now about Nagito, because we played as Makoto. Makoto is now Nagito. I can't be falling in love with Nagito. They say love yourself. Never mind. I can fall in love with Nagito. It's self-love, baby. Perfect. Okay. You know, I really can. If I just let myself cook for long enough, I can find a way to explain all of my questionable decisions. I can find an excuse for anything if you just give me enough time to talk myself through it. What did I play? I forget what the class was. It was the, like, kind of demon one. Yeah. You were like a demon. You tearing it the fuck up. It was so fun. I want to get back into Lost Ark. Lost Ark's so fun. I forget what the class was called, though. I think it was like a demon assassin or something. I don't know. Something like, I don't know. I can't remember. But it was fun. It does feel like ages ago. They're still like updating it and stuff, though. I just always wanted to play with like a group of people, but it's kind of hard because then I'd also want to play by myself to progress more. But then it's really fun to play with people, so you know, it's just like one of those things. But then if you play without your friends, then you get like way ahead on the quests, and it's, you know. I do have two characters. I started one playthrough with Roxy. And I think that one I was like a mage or something, which the abilities were really fucking cool for the mage. I want to play it more. Yeah, Lost Ark is fun. I really enjoyed it. I'd like to play it again sometime. I just don't have time. Anyway, okay, let's continue. It's fine. Let's just leave him alone and find out who killed Coach Nekomaru as fast as we can.
Just so you know, it's not like I'm getting hungry.
Oh, I've heard
or
great
anything,
things
you
about
know.
Monster Hunter. I'd like to give it a try.
Akane, you're drooling waterfalls?
Nagito. As usual, I can't tell what he's thinking. I have no idea if he's serious or not. Was it really?
Anyway,
I feel like I heard really
if
good
the
things
killer
about.
used the
I don't know if
building
it was
structure,
wild.
why don't we think
but
about
I've
how
heard
they
a
used
lot of
it?
good things about like the Monster Hunter games in general. So, if the killer used the building structure, why don't we think about how they used it?
How they killed Nekomaru.
it might be better if we clarify the cause of death first, don't you think?
Oh, okay, gotcha. Cool. Yeah, let's figure it out. Nekomaru's cause of death, huh? He was horribly damaged, as if he was beaten senseless with a blunt object. But if he was beaten with a blunt object, it wouldn't be a kill that utilized the building's structure. Yeah. So what was Nekomaru's cause of death that also utilized the building structure? Falling?
I see.
I think he was tied to the pillar and it was knocked over.
I think he might have
That
died
was my
from
theory
falling.
anyway.
Died from falling?
If the funhouse's secret is that it's a structure where both towers and houses are vertically connected, Then the killer made use of its height and caused Nekomaru to die from falling.
Are you saying they pushed him off? Where'd they push him off from?
That I don't know yet.
Don't just make things up when you don't know the method.
Listen, I'm just theorizing, my dude. You gotta start somewhere.
Where in that building would you even be able to
What'd you
push
get so
someone
defensive
off
for,
in the
huh?
first place?
Am I getting close to the answer, Gundam?
It might be possible in the tower. You could push him off the 4th floor when the elevator
He's
is on
getting
the
nervous.
1st floor.
Did you forget how the elevator functions?
Yeah, doesn't
when
the
it's on the
pillars
first floor,
move
the
with
door
the
on the
floor,
fourth
though?
floor won't open.
Saying he died from falling is truly incorrect. You should burn in the flames of hell.
Why do you feel so strongly about this, Gundam?
But my gut is going crazy right now.
I think you're just hungry, babe. If Nekomaru died from falling, where did the killer shove Nekomaru from? If I'm going to reach the truth behind this incident, I need to solve that mystery next. I think she might just be hungry, but that's okay. I feel you, girl. Good night, push button, Akami's account, Vika's account. Oh, God. Contact elevator. Okay, hold on.
When the elevator...
Y'all know I gotta look at my options. What were my options? I think good night button was one of them. Probably not that. Akani's account was one. Sure to rumbling at 5 a.m. I think Fuyuhiko's was one. So I'm walking towards contact elevator. This is the other spot though, so we need to see what all they're gonna say as well, but to recover from sleep mode? I never noticed it worded it like that. Okay, let's listen to what they have to say.
You can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Then, how about this?
We'll just shove off in there.
After locking Mekamaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Hold on. Did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object inside, the other door won't open.
It doesn't have to be moving, it just has to be weight,
Which
doesn't
means
it?
the elevator wouldn't have moved either.
That must be the threshold of that elevator.
He goes to sleep and cannot wake himself unless the alarm goes off. Oh, so it like wakes him up at a certain point on its own so that someone can't just like put him on sleep mode forever? I need to make it clear so they understand that Nekomaru fell to his death. Looks like it's all up to me. It always is.
When the elevator is on the 1st floor,
I keep pushing the wrong button. Nekomaru used this alarm clock to recover from sleep mode. The clock's arms are stopped at around 7:30, and the alarm was set to 7:30 as well. So we know it has to be 7:30 p.m. because of like the timing. I think we found him before 7:30 a.m. and he was seen that like the day before, so it could end up in 7:30 a.m. the day before. So why was it stopped at 7:30? What time did they see him like leaving? Hold on. Akane heard the noise at 5:30 a.m. See, yeah, this really confuses me because he was awake at 5 a.m. So he made it through the night. So why did his clock say 7:30? That really is tripping me up. I thought originally it was gonna be like, oh, he got put in sleep mode either like at 7:30 p.m. the night before or 7:30 a.m. that morning, but neither of those seem to work with the other like evidence and stuff we have. So that's very confusing. And I'm pretty sure it said his like internal clock can't be tampered with. I don't think. So yeah, that part is definitely throwing me through a loop. I can't think of an explanation for that. See, that's what I thought, but I don't think so. You would have to think that's when he died, or maybe like the clock stops when he's in sleep mode, and then whenever he wakes up, it like updates itself. That was my understanding. But if he died, then it would make sense that it would never update itself, right? Like, but that still doesn't make sense with the timing, because I'm pretty sure we discovered the body. How would it? What do you mean? Sorry, you lost me. How would the alarm ring? Well, to be quite honest, I didn't even understand the alarm thing until just now. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that makes sense. Or I guess that doesn't make sense. I see what you're saying. It would have to be updating even whenever he's asleep. Yeah. If he's dead, it would make sense that it would stop updating. So how did they manage that? I don't know. I don't think that's really the thing we're trying to cook on right now, but it is definitely something that, like, I can't explain. Okay, so I think our options were the good night button, Akane's account, Fuyuhiko's account, contact elevator, clock's alarm timer, and strange feeling in the tower. Yeah, we're trying to prove that he fell to his death. And then what were the things they mentioned? They mentioned that it would be impossible for him to fall. They mentioned, like, I think the room moving. I think Chuck, you mentioned something about the room moving. I'm talking about the points I can shoot at or pick up. There was one more. I can't remember now. Let's listen to them again.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Impossible to shove off. Okay. Impossible to shove off. I might write these down. This game's getting so complicated. I have to write down what my options are so I can actually keep organized and think about them. I don't really care if that's a little cheaty. It's what she needs. Okay, so impossible to shove off. I think I know what my bullets are.
Then
I'll have to
how about
double check,
this?
make sure I'm not missing one, because last time I got stuck
After
because
locking
I
Mekamaru
accidentally
inside the
left one of my
elevator,
options out.
They moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the
Moved. Okay.
Hold on. Did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object inside.
Move. Oop. Moving object.
The other door won't open. Which means the elevator wouldn't have moved either.
That must be the threshold of that elevator.
Okay. So those are our three options that we can argue against. And then let me look at what my bullets are again. We're arguing that he fell
When
to
the
his
elevator
death.
is on
Oop. Okay. Clocks, alarm, timer. Strange feeling in the tower. What does that say? Oh, I think there's a doorknob there too. What does that say? Good night button. Akane's account. And then I think there was more. Let me scroll.
You can't go through the door on the fourth floor.
Fuyuhiko's account. And contact elevator. Okay, I think I was missing the doorknob. This just makes it so much easier to consider all of our options. Okay. So let's think about this. Our options to argue with. So we're trying to argue, we're trying to prove why or how Nekomaru fell to his death. Our options to argue against are impossible to shove him off, that the elevator like moved from the fourth to the first floor, and then that a moving object, like the elevator can't move if there's a moving object on the floor. We have clocks, alarm, timer, doorknob, strange feeling in the tower, good night button, Akane's account, Fuyuhiko's account, and contact elevator. I want to look at what the doorknob says again. Where the fuck is this bitch? Doorknob. Oh, broken doorknob. Okay, hold on. Broken doorknob. Okay. The doorknob found under the tipped over pillar, screws at the base are pulled out, and there are some scratch marks on the doorknob itself. One of the doorknobs from the far back door of Strawberry House was missing, so this doorknob was originally attached to that door. Strawberry House is the one on the top floor, right? I'm pretty sure Strawberry House is the top floor. My thing that I'm still confused about with like Chiaki's suggestion that like the elevator was moved from the fourth floor to the first and then he was like dropped in that way is that like, because I've always been imagining this, and maybe I'm wrong in this, but I've always been imagining this that he was tied up, like incapacitated somehow, probably with the good night button, tied up to the pillar. Or maybe like since the rope was in a loop, maybe made one of those like kind of booby trap things where you like walk in it and it like catches your ankle. Then maybe he's hanging, they knock over the pillar with the hammer and it falls on top of him. But or him being tied to the pillar and then they knock over the pillar and it falls on top of him because he's tied to it. Something along those lines. But my understanding of how this elevator works is that the walls remain, you know, but the floor moves. And my understanding was that the pillars, since they're a part of the floor, you know, would move up and down with the floor. So with Chiaki saying like, oh, they got him to drop from the fourth floor to the first floor, basically, right? Which would make sense since we find him in like Grape House. I like in that sense, that makes sense. But if the pillars move, he wouldn't drop like that. You know what I mean? So, like, the idea, like, dropping from the fourth to the first floor, probably would have killed him. Like that amount, you know, that height. But I don't know how they would achieve it. with my understanding of how the elevator is structured. So I'm not too sure. What if he dropped him repetitive? But my question is how? How did they drop him? How did they drop him? You know? I mean, maybe they really did make like a booby trap and he like stepped in it and then was hanging upside down. And then maybe because his leg is unattached, maybe his leg kind of fell off. So then he fell. And then either the killer like cut down the rope or it just like kind of fell somehow on its own, like maybe getting caught up in the pillar. I'm not too sure. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Okay, anyway, I want to look at each one of these evidences one more time and try to see if we can figure out a way that they would be relevant to any of these argument points. We also could absorb one, maybe. But I'm not too sure. Okay, so the good night button is the button on the back of Nekomaru's neck. When this button is pressed, all of Nekomaru's functions cease and he is forced to enter sleep mode. I feel like we have to argue probably with impossible to shove off. But I'm not sure which one of these evidences would like argue against that, you know? Hi, Embers. Hello. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome in. How are you today? I hope you're having a lovely day. Apparently, Akane heard a rumbling noise at 5:30 a.m. Apparently, Fuyuhiko saw Nekomaru walking toward the first floor of Strawberry House. Oh, wait. Are they talking about... Oh, I didn't think about the floors as in just within the building. She's talking about... Which floor is the tower on? We're on the 4th trial right now. We are solving Nekomaru or Mekamaru's murder right now. We're right at the beginning of like the post-intermission of this trial. And I'm really trying to cook on this first issue. I don't think that one's related to this specific issue right now. I'm wondering if this doorknob somehow could be used. Because the doorknob is from Strawberry House, which is the top building. The Strawberry House is on top of Grape House. So that would have started him higher up. I mean, is it that like maybe the pillar when it fell over like hit it and it was heavy enough that it just like wrenched it out of its fucking base? Or like out of the door? That could explain why it was under the pillar. But that doesn't really explain, hold on, I want to listen to their arguments again with like the full context around what they're saying with them.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Then, how about this? After locking Mekamaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Hold on! Did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object inside. The other door won't open. Which means the elevator wouldn't have moved either.
That must be the threshold of that elevator.
I'm wondering if maybe Chiaki's point is supposed to be used to argue against, who is it that said it? Fuyuhiko? About being impossible to shove off? I feel like compared to all the evidence we have, specifically related to like how Nekomaru could have fallen, I feel like the options we have, at least I don't really see a relevant way to use them in that. I might try to pick it up and just give it a go. I know that Kazuichi is like arguing that wouldn't work, but like I don't think he's right in that. I don't think it's about a moving object. I think it's about there being weight, and if Nekomaru was tied up or hanging, there wouldn't be weight on the floor. I'm pretty sure there's sensors on the floor. Well, but she did leave her handbook, so actually maybe not. Maybe it is movement. But I mean, even so, if he's tied up or strung up somehow, there wouldn't be movement either, so that would still work. I think I'm gonna try absorbing Chiaki's statement and try that. Let's try that first and see what kind of response we get out of it. I need to see, how do I absorb again? How do I... Oh wait, I think it's just the shoot button, but like hold down. I think. Let me try. In the third game, there's actually multiple answers sometimes. Oh, you mean like there's more than one right answer? That's kind of cool, if that's the case. Okay, let's
When the
try
elevator
this.
is on the first floor, you can't go through the door on the fourth floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Then, how about this?
That's cool. I like
After
that.
locking Nekomaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the fourth floor to the
shit.
first floor.
Pick it up. Okay. I thought I wasn't gonna
And
make it.
made use of the drop.
Hold on. Did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object inside, the other door won't open.
I hope this works, because otherwise I think
Which
I'm
means
cooked.
the elevator wouldn't have moved either.
I can't think of any other solution
be
right
the
now, but
threshold
that
of
tends
that
to be the
elevator.
case for a lot of my my troubles in this game. All right, let's try
When
it.
the elevator is on the first floor,
We'll hope for the best.
you can't go through the door on the fourth floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Damn. Let's see what they respond. Obviously, it'd be impossible to push him off if the elevator was still on the first floor. Well, that's not... I'm literally arguing against that point, you dumb bitch. Or... push him off if the elevator was still on the first... But aren't we talking about it being on the fourth floor to the first... I think that still is arguing... Whatever, it's fine. Okay.
Damn it!
I'm thinking. Jesus. Don't be
When
rude.
the elevator-
Okay, back to the drawing board. I keep going back to this doorknob. Because this is the only thing that's kind of indicating, like, where the general area of where the room was at the time that the pillar was knocked over, right? Because it's a doorknob from Strawberry House, which is the top, the building on top. Like what if they had Nekomaru? I I still don't really understand where the pillar's positioning. And if it moves with the elevator, I assumed it would, but whatever. Like with the floor, I mean. But if Nekomaru was like tied up or tied to the pillar, and then it was knocked over. Well, but how would the pillar be knocked over? How could they knock over the pillar if the floor was moved? They would have to knock over the pillar before the floor was moved, because they'd have to be standing on the floor to do it. Oh, this hurts my brain. But I still think this is like the only evidence I think we have that gives some context to where the elevator was. Like when the pillar was tipped over, because it was found under the tipped over pillar. But I still don't really know. I still don't really feel that confident about using it here, though. But he's talking about it's impossible to shove him off from the first floor. I don't know. But I don't think the timer, the goodnight button, Akane's account, Fuyuhiko's account, or the contact elevator are relevant, because the contact elevator is a completely different elevator. Fuyuhiko and Akane's accounts are just talking about timing, basically, of him going there and of the sound happening. Let me look at strange feeling in the tower again. Regardless of whether you enter the tower from Grape Hall or Strawberry Hall, the placement of Nekomaru's body, the tipped over pillar, the oil stains, and even the disassembled parts Kazuichi arranged look exactly the same. Yeah, I don't really think it's this either. I guess let me... Let me maybe try the doorknob? I don't feel very confident about it, though.
You can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Fuck. I think he... My original theory is that he was tied to the pillar. Or maybe strung up near the pillar. Like... But I don't know where they would tie the rope to, because, like, I remember the ceiling is super fucking high. So I'm thinking more tied to the pillar. I don't really know why there was a loop on the rope. That's the only reason I would say maybe tied up, like hanging. How the elevator was moved is kind of a mystery to me, to be honest. Okay, wait, what's he say here again? Obviously, it'd be impossible to push him off if the elevator was still on the first floor. I'm forgetting something from the daily life, probably. It's been we had a long break in between the daily life, most of the investigation, and this trial. It's all a little bit murky to me. That was the one bad thing about having my week from hell. It threw me off on this case. Can you please remind me or give me a hint of what I'm forgetting? Give me a little nudge in the right direction. I'm really racking my brain over here. I mean, I remember... had a little talk about things. About what things? When they were trying to... see if the room was the same. Oh God. Let me try to think. It's been so long. Was that during the investigation? No, you said the daily life. Okay, you're talking about way back, yeah. When they decided to use Chiaki's handbook. Oh, but I don't know if I remember what they discussed leading up to that. I remember them doing the experiment with Chiaki's handbook. Yeah, they couldn't have a person on there. Sure. Okay. I didn't remember the specific details of that, but I did remember that like it could sense that there were people in that there was someone in the elevator. But with Nekomaru, that wouldn't be a problem, right? Since he's a robot, he shouldn't have a heartbeat. I mean, maybe they'd be able to sense other parts of him working, but if he was in sleep mode, would it? I don't know. So then... Can I argue that? I don't know. I don't know. Can I? What can I shoot? My options are impossible to shove off, moved, and the context with moved being like moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor, and moving object. The context to that being that the elevator can't move if there's a moving object. Oh, well, maybe we can do... Maybe we could do the good night button against moving object? If the argument is that he was put into like sleep mode, left there, and then the killer used like an alternate method of transport to kind of do his next step in his plan. Maybe that? I don't know. Is it too late to abandon ship? We never do. We will see it to the end, Juan. Come on. We mean business. Sorega business, Juan. Come on, say it with me. Sorega business. Okay, maybe let me try that. I mean, that is a direct, like, argument to Kazuichi's sentence, but I guess I don't know how exactly that proves that he fell. That's where it's kind of tripping me up a little bit, but it is, I think, a good counter to Kazuichi's argument about the elevator can't move if there's a moving object. If Nekomaru was in sleep mode, all of his functions would cease, so it wouldn't be able to detect. And if the killer put him in sleep mode, left, and then went to Grave Tower to like summon it down, you know, then like sure. Let's just try it, right? Let's just give it a go. Good night button. I'm hurting.
When the elevator is on the 1st floor, you can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
I have a bad feeling I'm going to fail. Maybe
It'd
not
be
right at this
impossible
part,
to
but
shove off the
eventually.
victim from up there.
Then, how about this? After locking Nekomaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Hold on. Did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object inside.
No, that's wrong.
Yay! Let's go! Oh, thank God. Okay. Thank you, Az.
That sensor should only work if something is moving.
Perfect. Okay.
If Nekomaru wasn't moving inside, the elevator sensor wouldn't have detected anything.
Could it be his sleep mode?
When Nekomaru's goodnight button is pressed, all of his functions shut down, and he enters sleep mode.
I want to see where he goes with this, though. Like I said, I
If
still
he's in
don't
sleep
know.
mode, the elevator sensor wouldn't have noticed him, right?
I see. So that's how...
However, even if they moved the elevator in that manner, Nekomaru would have just moved along with it.
I guess we'll argue that part of it now.
There would have been no drop for him to fall and die from. Yes.
That's what I was about to explain.
There was an
before
entire
Kazuichi
discussion
interrupted me.
about turning off Nekomaru and leaving him there to test it. Oh, yeah, I completely forgot about that. Completely forgot about that. That makes sense. Hi, Slark. How's it going? Thank you for getting your daily mint. I see. I see. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I completely forgot about that part. Fuck. That would have been a good thing to nudge for sure. Okay, cool. But we got there, so it's all good. All right, that's what I was about to explain before Kazuichi interrupted me.
Silence, pest.
Hey, don't you fucking call her a pest.
Now you're calling me a pest?
Oh, wait. Oh, him. Oh. I thought she called Chiaki a pest. Okay, never mind, Sonia. My bad. Carry on, girl. Late night gaming session is coming to an end. Ooh, what were you playing tonight, Slark? Meow? Hi, Iris. A way to create the drop inside the elevator while Nekomaru is still in it. Chiaki seems to have an idea, but what way could that be? The rope? Is the rope an option? Or, oh, wire, I'm sorry. Or chain? Wait, what was the wire?
If you arrange it...
Okay, hold on. Let me write down. I'm not even gonna fool myself this time. Let me just write down my options. Wait, what the fuck was the wire? Hold on. Iris, oh my goodness, girly. Can you guys hear her? She is going off. Meow? Come here, baby. Come here. If you sit behind my computer, girl, I can't reach you and pet you there. Meow? I know. The outrage. New looking. Oh my gosh. She is going. Chain. Broken doorknob. Wire. Oh, I know we had some other options. Wire transfer to my bank to pay me for my assistance. All right, I got you. Basically, they made a DLC for BL. Wait, sorry, what's BL? Is that Badlands or something? I'm just guessing. What's BL2? But cool. I hope you had a lot of fun. Oh, Borderlands. Wait, is Badlands a thing? Or did I make that up? Borderlands 2. Gotcha. How am I enjoying the game? I'm loving it so far. It is good. I love me some Dangan. Okay, I made that up. My bad. My bad. Yeah, I do that sometimes. Sometimes I just be making shit up. Okay, let's see. Wire. Good night button. Oil on the floor. Give so many options. Tipped over. Oh wait, we already did tipped over pillar. Okay, yeah, we got them all. I think I missed whatever. I think there might have been an option already, but we'll write down the other ones. Iris, baby. Hi, my baby. Hello, my baby. My baby. More like me trying to find something to do. I've already played through the DLC and I almost said Badlands 2 again. Borderlands 2. I feel that though. Sometimes you're just like in that mood and you're just like, yeah, let me do this. Okay, hold on. Cause the drop. We're gonna have to go through this again already. I can already tell you that. I mean, that was a given. We go through them like 5 times.
to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is...
You tell him.
The hammer is suspicious.
Hammer is suspicious, but that's an agree one. Okay.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
Pillar, also an agree. Giving me so many options, oh god. Okay, this is fine.
What about the oil on the floor?
Oh my god. Fuck. Oil on the floor.
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
Fuck off! Oh my god. What the fuck? Doorknob on the floor.
How
Anything
about we all
else?
shut up and listen to what Chiaki has to say?
Silence, pest.
Don't be so cold. What if I start to enjoy it?
Brother, get the hint. If Nekomaru is inside the elevator, how can you create a difference in elevation? Okay, hold on. I need to hear the first part.
If you arrange it a certain way,
Oh, okay. I think it was just
you
this.
can cause the drop.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so our options. Holy freaking shit. We have so many options, you guys. Oh my god. Oh, auto mod. Hold on. He is a big ass simp. He is. Okay, our options. We can argue against, cause the drop. We can agree with hammer, pillar, oil on the floor, and doorknob on the floor. We're trying to prove the drop. Our options to, like, our truth bullets are tipped over pillar, new looking hammer, chain, broken doorknob, wire, goodnight button, oil on the floor. Let me see what the fuck is up with this wire. Nekomaru's body and left leg were tied with a metal wire. Oh, okay, so that was wrapped around him. The tip of that wire was also tied into a loop. Oh, the chain was the chain on the door. Okay, different thing. Okay. So, probably... Okay, so tipped over pillar... Okay, so it seems like we can maybe use one of these evidences in, like, along with the agree ones to be like, yes, let's talk more about how this thing could be used with this to cause that fall, possibly. And I want to hear them talk, like, the full conversation real quick again. You can cause
So
the
you're
drop
telling
of an
us all
elevator.
to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is... The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
How about we all shut up and listen to what Chiaki has to say?
Silence, pest.
Don't.
What if I start to enjoy it?
Nekomaru is inside the elevator. How can you create a difference in elevation? Okay. Difference in elevation. wondering if maybe like the wire with the pillar? I mean, okay. Here's the thing that really confuses me again. Is the yes, exactly. That was what I was just about to say. Because if the pillar is attached to the elevator floor, right? We know that the floor goes up and down. Then like it can't be like it's fucking collapsing. The pillar is like collapsing into itself as it moves up. You know, do you know what I mean? Like, how is it is the pillar like it doesn't reach the ceiling? Is that why the ceiling is so high? I can't remember if they said the ceiling looked super high and like out of sight, even on the first floor, even on like Strawberry House though. If it was, then maybe it technically doesn't touch the ceiling when it's on Grape House level, and like the top of the pillars only touch the ceiling when it's on Strawberry House, like the top level of Strawberry House, if you know what I mean. Which is certainly a weird fucking setup, but also it is the fun house, so I suppose it could. And in that case, but no, but even that doesn't make sense though, because let's say hypothetically, right? Let's say hypothetically, Nekomaru is put on sleep mode in Strawberry Tower. They then move the elevator down to Grape Tower to create height, right? But the pillar where he would be tied to in relation to the floor wouldn't change even if the elevator moved. Like, in relation to the floor, yeah, it wouldn't move. So that wouldn't create that kind of height. Yeah, that's what's like confusing me. What would be the alternate way to create height there? God, this hurts my brain. That's just my assumption, as I don't even know that for sure, but that seems likely considering the wire. Tied to the broken doorknob? Tied to the doorknob on Strawberry House. And then whenever the floor would move, his weight would eventually be too much, right? And it would rip the doorknob out of its, you know, like out of the door. Why? But then why knock over the pillar then? What would be the point of that? That I wouldn't understand that part of it then. And how would it get under the pillar? I'm just trying to think of something in the room that wouldn't move with the elevator. And like the doorknob on Strawberry House wouldn't move. Would it hold his fucking weight long enough before he fucking falls, though? I guess he could have tied himself to the pillar. I always assumed someone else tied him to it. But I guess we do have to keep in mind that there is kind of parallels between the first game and the second game so far in terms of like kind of how the murders happen. And in the first game, the fourth trial murder was a suicide. Oh God, I don't know, As, because the timing thing still confuses me so much. I can't even think about it. That part is so over my head. I can't even like think about it right now. It's so confusing to me. I'm like, I gotta focus on one thing at a time. I'm just looking at my points on my phone to try to make connections. Fuck. We are on the second little whatever this fucking game mode is called. And we are over an hour into stream. This is not going well. It's not going well, besties. My phone's timing out. Stay on, phone. I need you. How do you create a difference in elevation? Pause the drop, hammer, pillar, oil on the floor, doorknob on the floor. God. Can I have a hint? Can I have small nudge? Can I have small nudge? I feel like it has to be related to either the pillar or the doorknob. I do think that. I think the wire, pillar, and doorknob. One of those three. I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure, like... I'm just so not sure how they created the difference in elevation. With the pillar specifically. The pillar confuses me a lot because of how it is my understanding or my assumption of how it moves with the floor of the elevator. I don't know how you would create extra height with the pillar. I don't think you could. Yeah, I don't think you could. Don't worry about the pillar. How? Then the only other thing to worry about to me, I mean, I do think the wire was used to create height. I just don't know exactly how. I think it is. My only other best guess is that they tied him to the fucking... Like, they tied him up. Okay. They tied him up. Just chilling. Then tied the other end of the wire to the doorknob. Go to Grape House. Summon the elevator. He's hanging from the doorknob as the floor goes out from under him and like the length of the wire is expended. His weight rips the doorknob out of the door. And then he falls to the ground, which is now down at Grape House level. That is the best I've got to create height. Is it possible? Maybe. I don't know if it would hold his weight long enough for the floor to get to Grape House level, but I think the possibility is there, perhaps. So let's try. Let's try. I'm not sure how I want to do this. Maybe wire with doorknob on the floor? Wire to agree. Well, to agree. Does that make sense though? To use it as an agreement with the doorknob on the floor? Or should I use wire with... Well, but cause the drop is like arguing against it, and we don't want to argue against causing the drop. You can't absorb agreement ones, can you? Yeah, I need an evidence to agree with the point that you think is relevant. Okay, you can't absorb the agreement ones. That's what I thought. I could absorb cause the drop and use it against doorknob on the floor. And then go from there, you know, in another conversation to say wire. I think it's either that or using wire against doorknob on the floor. But that one, I think it's like a little too... it might be a little too vague, you know, of an answer. Like, we might not be ready to jump to that yet. So I'm trying to decide which one to go with, because ideally I don't want to get more damage because I'm already hurting. My health is getting low. It's making me anxious. I might try wire. Oh, can you really? I don't think in this case I need to absorb any of the agree points though, because we already have all those things as evidence, like as truth bullets. So in this case, we don't need to anyway, but good to know, I guess. I think I might do wire against the doorknob first, because I think saying you could have caused the drop with the doorknob is actually too vague on its own. Whereas using wire with the doorknob to create height is more specific, maybe. Let's try wire against doorknob on the floor and hope for the best.
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is... The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
I agree with that.
I'm a genius! Let's go! It only took me like 15 minutes!
Didn't the doorknob have scrape marks on it?
Let's go! She just needed to cook for a second. Hi, Toon. Hello. How are you? Thank you, Evers. Thank you. Let's go. Okay. Didn't the doorknob have scrape marks on it?
That might have been where it got scraped by the wire.
Is that the same wire that was
That is
tied
a
around
wild way to
Nekamaru?
kill someone, but go off.
The tip of that wire was tied into a loop. If the elevator moved while that loop part hung from the doorknob...
Oh, that was on the doorknob. Oh, that makes sense, because the rest was wrapped around him.
He would have been suspended in midair. That's right. He was suspended in midair.
Hell yeah, he was.
Huh? The killer tied up Nekamaru with the wire while he was in sleep mode. Tied the tip of the wire into a knot and hung it on the doorknob to the 4th floor. With that, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor of
I'm glad I
Great
tried this
Tower
one first.
and suspended Nekamaru in midair.
Look how close it is to the end of the doorknob. I would have been tying that tight around the door. Not like that. What do you mean? That could have slipped off so easy.
That's right.
I mean,
he was
good for them. It worked out, I guess.
Well hung. Kinda like.
Hey.
You better not finish that sentence.
Yeah, you better not finish that sentence. I love how insistent Chiaki is on always using her nickname for the robotic Nekomaru. I know, it's so cute. Also, hi Neo, how are you? I kind of missed this game, so I got in this stream. Oh, well, welcome in, welcome in. We are, we're having a time here. We are using all our brain cells.
Unique feature. Only the floor moves. By doing that, they created a drop so Nekomaru could fall to his death.
I can't believe the doorknob was actually
Too
it.
easy.
Oh no! I hate this shit. No.
So
No.
what if they created a drop?
I don't want to do
There's
it
no way you
again.
can make him fall and die with just that.
I hate this mini game so much. Oh god, if you thought I was struggling before. Okay. Deep breaths. We can do this. We might just need a second. Okay, we got this.
Why? If Nekomaru is
It's
suspended
okay,
in
Iris.
midair like that,
Mommy just needs some deep breathing.
how do you get him to fall? Because if he's suspended in midair, he won't die if he doesn't actually fall.
Well, use your brain! Oh my god. Listen, I know it took me a second to get there, but like, come on, brother. Video clock. Ah! Ah! There's, ah! There's two. Ah! I'm gonna go with
Even
broken
if they
doorknob for
suspended
now.
Nekomaru, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's no way they could do that.
Get back,
It
bitch!
doesn't mean someone
Get
had
back.
to push him off. It's possible that he fell on his own.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right? If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do that to himself.
Ah! Hold on. Hold on. I need to write my blades down. I can't do this. I can't do this. Your Honor, I can't do it. Ah! New looking hammer. Pillar. Fragments. Oh, maybe clock's alarm timer, right? Oh, probably clock's alarm. Hold on. Clock's alarm timer against, what did he say? Something about like him being in sleep mode. I think just clock's alarm timer, right?
Now's the time if you want to take back that sleep mode thing. But in that case, you still won't be able to explain that moving the elevator with Nekomaru is just impossible.
You
End of
talk
story.
so much, my dude. Yeah, I did figure it out, I think, maybe. Yeah, let's do it.
Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right?
Allow me to cut through those words.
Get fucked, bitch!
What do you think would happen if
Hell yeah.
Nekomaru woke up while he was suspended upside down in midair?
Let's go, bitch! What do you think would happen if Nekomaru woke up while he was suspended upside down in midair?
What are you saying? Like, how would he even wake up?
Use your brain!
He has an alarm inside his body. As long as it was armed, it would have
Thank you.
deactivated his sleep mode.
Thank you very much.
Which means the killer set the alarm before they suspended Nekomaru.
That one wasn't too bad. It cut down the arguments pretty easily. I don't know if I had like a better skill this time around, but I swear last stream I was struggling to cut through things, so I don't know why it cut through his arguments so easily, but I'll take it. I'm here for it.
If you woke up from an alarm and realized you were hanging upside down and had no clue why,
You be
if
wriggling
something
about.
like that
wouldn't
happened to you, you would start panicking a lot, right?
Hi, Ailing. How are you doing? Thank you for getting your daily mint.
Instinctively, your body would start moving. Nekomaru probably did exactly that.
You slipped right off. Oh, I guess that's why they looped it
And
like
then, in order to make him fall from the force he
that.
was
Well,
generating,
but the doorknob still came out.
the wire was hung on the tip of the doorknob so it would easily slip
So
off.
how did the doorknob still
In
get ripped off?
actuality, the scrape marks caused by the wire were near the tip of the doorknob, right?
Happy Thursday, Ailing. I'm glad to hear you're doing good. The fact that Kazuichi himself was the one who was like, hey, his alarm clock was set weird when he was being all Mikan and doing an autopsy but didn't think of that is hilarious. He is such a... I'm sorry, but Brother is such a moron, okay?
But Nekomaru
And I'm
didn't
allowed to
fall
say that.
because the wire came off, right?
He fell because the entire doorknob came off.
When Nekomaru awoke, he must have struggled much more than expected, which caused the doorknob to break off.
Was that
I love when he gets all
unexpected
mouthy.
for the killer too?
Well, that's probably it. If they knew it'd leave behind evidence like that, they would have at least tried to do something to cover it up.
The killer didn't expect the doorknob to come off. The reason that even happened was because... In that case, I shall use my full power. Whoa! With a fierce roar, Nekomaru put all his power into grabbing the doorknob with both hands, but... Not yet. Here it comes, the incredible strength of 1 million horsepower. That's really what it was. Then that's the clue Nekomaru left for us to find.
So that's how Nekomaru fell to his death.
Do you finally understand now?
Yeah, do you fucking get it now?
Yeah. It
Okay.
appears it's just as Miss Sonia said.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
I'm just a pest.
Yeah.
No, I'm not just a pest. I'm a total fucking pig.
Yes! Oh my gosh! We love the self-awareness! Self-aware king!
Isn't that right, Miss Sonia?
Ew.
If I'm a fucking pig, you can say so.
Ew, don't make it weird. Don't make it like that.
No, I believe you gave your all.
Hey, why aren't you teasing me anymore?
Honestly, what a fucking queen.
This guy, he gets off on this. So thanks to that alarm, Nekomaru ended up falling while he was still
I
hanging
love that it just
upside
never
down.
works out for him. I love that. Listen, I am a Kazuichi hater, and I don't care. I don't care.
That doesn't mean he just crashed straight into the floor. Of course, you know that too, right?
Doesn't mean Nekomaru crashed straight into the floor. The moment Nekomaru fell from the floor, the only thing I can think of that happened to him was... Oh, cool. Collided with the pillar? Oh, I didn't think about that.
When Nekomaru fell to
I
the
didn't think
floor,
about that.
he ended up
I didn't get that
colliding with
far.
the pillar. Isn't that it?
Finally, the pillar!
So that's how the pillar shattered, and why oil was spilled all over the
Okay.
place.
Sure, that makes sense.
See, I told you the pillar was the weapon. My gut was
Well-
totally right.
Well, the pillar was a bonus. It's not even clear if the killer intended that.
Why'd
or
they
if
have
it
the
was
hammer
just a
then? Why the
coincidence.
hammer there?
At this point, it is quite difficult to find a clue that will lead to the killer.
Then what about the alarm? I'm positive the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m. And if we map it out from there,
What was the crash that Akane heard then at like 5:30 or whatever it was? 5 a.m., 5:30. What was that? What was that sound? If his alarm went off at 7:30 and then he died at 7:30, what was the crash?
Hold on, baby gangsta.
stop calling me baby gangsta!
What'd you just say? Did you say the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.?
You didn't check it yourself? Nekomaru's alarm was set for 7:30
I
a.m.
think we're gonna touch on that now.
Nah, that's impossible. Because even though I slept in a little, I still got to the tower at 7 in the morning.
Now that you mention it, so did I. There was no way I could be late for Monokuma Tai Chi, so I left for Grape Tower before 7 a.m.
And if we found Nekomaru's body there, it would have been before the 7:30 a.m. alarm went off.
It appears yet another contradiction has been birthed. How were you able to discover Nekomaru died at 7:30 a.m. when you went to the tower at 7?
That's what I
All
want to
great
know.
questions. Another mystery I don't understand. Seriously, it's just one after another. I know, right, Hajime? But I can't choke up at a time like this. Just a little more and I'll be able to reach the truth. There should definitely be a clue to breaking through this contradiction. Good God. Oh. Hold on.
We headed for
Y'all know what I gotta do. Y'all know what I gotta do, okay? Here we go. Let's write down our options. Contact elevator. What does that say? Clock's alarm timer, I think. Radio clock. Broken doorknob. Good night button. And there were a few more.
Before 7 a.m.
I do what I want, Az. I don't care. I do what I want. I do what I must. And trust me, I must. Fuyuhiko's account. Wall clock. And then Sonia started to say something here as something we can argue against. I think she said 7 a.m. or something like that. Listen, we gotta include all options, okay? Before 7 a.m. Okay. Trying to get everything written down on the first run.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nekomaru.
7:30 a.m. Okay.
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
The killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest. That's good.
Messed with the clock. I'm gonna put Nekomaru's next to that. So I don't get confused. Okay. The alarm that caused Nekomaru's death rang at 7:30 a.m., but we discovered his body before 7 a.m. I feel like it has to be that, like, the wall clocks were manipulated, because we know that his clock can't be manipulated, right? I believe. Let me see. Is the radio... I think the radio clock is his clock, right? Yes. The clock in Nekomaru's chest receives radio waves at fixed intervals, automatically adjusts itself if its time is off. Basically, it's an amazingly precise clock that can't be tampered with, not even to set the time. Yeah. So, I feel like we could use that against messed with the clock. Let me look at wall clock. At 5:30 a.m., the alarm of the wall clock in the lounge on Strawberry House's second floor started going off. Fuyuhiko was at the lounge by coincidence and managed to stop the alarm, but Kazuichi and Gundam rushed to the lounge after being alerted by the sound. However, Nagito was apparently the only one who didn't hear it. 5:30 a.m. Let's try radio clock against messed with Nekomaru's clock. I'm not thinking through all my options super thoroughly, but I feel like that's a pretty straightforward argument there. So it doesn't explain like the contradiction itself, but it does rule out an option, which he's saying right here we need to do. So let's try that.
We headed for Great Tower.
Radio clock.
Before 7 a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
What's going
Nekomaru
on?
died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
The killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest.
Oh my
No,
god,
that's
I
wrong.
thought it was gonna get blocked. Yay, let's go! First try! That one was pretty easy
no,
though.
the clock inside his chest was a radio clock, so it would have been impossible to mess with.
So you're saying there's no way the killer could have tampered with the clock?
Maybe the clock Miss Sonia saw was the one that got tampered with.
The clock inside Grape House?
No, I checked all the clocks inside the funhouse.
Oh, that's what I asked you to do. So you really listened to me and checked all the clocks.
And because of that, I can confidently declare that all the clocks had the same time displayed.
Well, they could have just changed all the clocks.
If there's no possibility that the time was tampered with, then we must doubt that human's testimony.
Please believe me, we are not lying.
Then maybe it's a misunderstanding?
Oh.
I never misunderstand. I'll crush you into dog food.
That's kind of funny because of the way that Gundam's like sort of look-alike got killed or got executed. This time-related contradiction, I don't think I should doubt the testimonies. I should doubt the clock. There's no mistake that something was done, but what was it? Perhaps we've overlooked something. Maybe we're misunderstanding something. Think. If I focus and think, I should be able to find the answer to that mystery. Uh-oh, are we doing Hangman's... Oh, logic dive. Okay. Oh, fuck. I'm so bad at logic dive, brother. I regularly fuck up logic dive. Which I feel like it's like probably one of the easiest mini games for most people, but for some reason I fuck it up every goddamn time. Okay, let me remember my controls. Accelerate is control, right is brake, left is jump. And I also always miss my jumps. I was not a skater girl. No. Also not a skate. No, hold on. Snowboarding girl. I almost said skateboarding for the snow. And I was like, wait, that's not right. Okay, right to brake, left to jump, control to accelerate. Oh, all right. Okay. Gotta remember my right and left. I also kept running into the damn walls last time. Whee! Ah! 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 What did Hajime and the others misunderstand? The time in the building? The time in the build. Oh, God. Time in the building. Well, that one was easy, at least. Oop. Oh! Flip, don't do that to me! Oh my God. Ah! What did I fucking say? Oh no. Oh no, I'm gonna have to do it again. Don't make me jump. Oh, oops. That's not control. That's shift. Don't make me jump. I'm not good at jumping. Obviously. Oh. Oh. How did that miss? Come on, that was on it. Are you serious? I should watch the screen when I have a narrow path. I should not be looking away. How did that? Okay, be so fucking for real. That should not have. That should have missed. That one was fair. That one was fair. Okay, I gotta stop not looking at the screen. Okay, hold on. Let me look at the screen. Okay. Oh, one more time. Okay. Hit me with another question. I'm ready. Thank you. Which clock was tampered with? Both Nekomaru's, the buildings. The buildings. Okay, right here. Go, 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 go! Oh my god. Oh god, I got scared. Oh my god, stop making me jump and do shit. I'm not built for this shit. My, like, spatial awareness and shit is not good. Okay. Which house had the wrong time? Strawberry House, Grape House. I think it had to be both if they both had the same times, right? I hope that's the answer, because otherwise we're gonna have to trial and error this bitch. Yay! Okay, good. Not the questions being easy for once, but I just can't do the fucking platforming.
It's all coming together.
That checks. That checks, doesn't it?
You said you
Okay,
checked all
nice.
the clocks inside the building. Isn't that right, Fuyuhiko?
Yeah, none of the clocks had the wrong time.
They all had the wrong
But
time.
what if all those clocks have been messed with?
What?
Duh.
So even if you checked all the clocks inside the building, there's no way you'd have noticed it.
I see. So the killer messed with the time inside the whole building by changing all the clocks.
So that's what it was. There's no way I would have noticed that.
The killer was kind of stupid for picking a time after, like, a time that they're all required to come and meet each other, though. You know what I mean? I feel like that gives away that something weird's going on, you know?
This is truly fantastic!
Because, like, you're guaranteed that people are going to try to show up, in theory, before the time of the killing. Like, you're gonna know something's wrong with it, because it's impossible.
Now's not the time to be pleased. More importantly, how much was the time off?
She's right, that's the main problem. I need to clarify. Oh, so maybe that's why things we heard at what was thought to be 5 and 5:30 or whatever. Like, they thought it was 5 a.m., but it was actually not, or 5:30 a.m., but it was actually 7:30 a.m., or something to that effect. I need to clarify by how much the time was off after the killer messed with the clocks. That's definitely the next mystery. I'm going to reach the truth in one go. Okay, let's try. Okay, make your argument. Akane's account, Fuyuhiko's account, contact elevator, Nagato's sudden appearance. I'm just gonna pick this one for funsies and then look at my options.
If the time in the building was all meant.
Okay, hold on. Y'all know what we gotta do. Fuyuhiko's account. Contact elevator. Nagito's sudden appearance. Clocks, alarm, timer. Broken doorknob.
Then we can only rely on.
Strange feeling in tower. Kane's account. And then Fuyuhiko's. Okay.
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
First option, 7:30 a.m. Okay.
The problem is, what time would 7:30 be in our time?
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down? If only I heard the sound when he fell.
That's probably to be used with Akane's account. That's my first thought.
It would have been a great clue.
Or his scream.
do we know he screamed? How do you know that, Nagito?
He's not the type to let out a scream.
If only Nekomaru's alarm was loud enough.
Nekomaru's alarm.
We would have heard it too.
There's no point in saying that. If does not exist in this world.
How much did the killer adjust the time inside the building? How would I even figure that out? Let me look at, I think it was Akane. Akane was the one that heard and like knew the time. Apparently Akane heard a rumbling noise at around 5:30 a.m. Let's try that against, I think Sonia said it, the sound when he fell. Let's try that.
If the time in the building was all messed up, then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
The problem is, what time would 7 in our time?
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that?
If only I heard the sound when he fell.
I agree with that.
Let's go. Okay.
That's right. We should have heard the sound he made when he fell. Wasn't it that rumbling noise?
Rumbling? I thought it was just an earthquake, so I went back to sleep. Was that the sound from when Nekomaru fell?
Well, a huge body fell from the 4th floor to the 1st, and the pillar fell with it. It's obvious we'd hear the impact sound.
We heard that noise too.
It was when we were gathered at the Strawberry House Lounge. What is it, Sonia?
Oh, well. That sound everyone heard? I did not hear it at all.
Huh?
You probably didn't hear it because you were sleeping.
I could not sleep at all. I was awake the whole night with hunger pangs.
There's nothing to worry about. What's important is that rumbling noise anyway.
If we use that rumbling sound as a reference, we might be able to figure out how much our time was off.
I heard that sound probably around 5:30 in the morning.
Huh? You can tell?
I instantly woke up and left my room. And that's when I saw the clock in the lounge.
Excellent work, Akane!
That rumbling sound was heard at 5:30 a.m.
I see!
Yay!
Nekomaru's
Getting
alarm
health
went off
back.
at
Let's
7:30.
go.
And if we heard the sound of his impact at 5:30,
That's wild to me to be used to earthquakes to the degree that you're like, meh, just an earthquake, no big deal. I don't think I've ever experienced one. Well, to be fair, they have a crap ton of earthquakes in Japan, so that makes sense. That's pretty fair, actually, in this context.
that means our time was off by 2 hours.
We get, like, earthquakes, like, not all the time, but, like, you know, every, I don't know, handful of years, I feel like. Maybe sometimes longer than that. But, like, in my lifetime, like, where I'm from, I've experienced, like, a handful of earthquakes. But also, whenever I was in Japan, my dorm was on the 9th floor, I think. It was on the top floor of the building. And, like, their foundations or whatever are built to, like, move, you know, with the earthquake. And I tell you what, it was, like, the fucking weirdest feeling whenever there were earthquakes. Because, like, the whole building just feels like it's swaying, especially from, like, that high up, you know? And like, the first time it happened, I was laying in my bed, and I was just like, what the fuck? I knew the building wasn't gonna, like, fall over, but it felt like it was going to. And it was so freaky. But yeah, so, honestly, that makes sense for her to just be like, earthquake, whatever. Like, they be getting hella earthquakes over there, like, very frequently. Anyways, so, but yeah. It was not fancy whenever I had to carry a bunch of crap all the way up. I mean, there was an elevator, but still. But it was kind of nice. Definitely not a fancy dorm, though. It was very simple. But Very cozy. Anyways, okay, so that means our time was off by 2 hours.
2 hours? That much?
We were starving pretty badly. There's no way we would have noticed.
Plus, the funhouse has no windows. And there weren't any Monokuma announcements either.
However, for what reason did the killer alter our perception of time?
To confuse the shit
The
out of
reason
us?
is obvious. So they can lure out just Nekomaru.
Sure. That makes sense. Lure out only
If you
Nekomaru?
messed with the clocks and used a specific thing, you definitely get Nekomaru to the tower alone, right? From there,
Makes sense.
the killer's plan was a splendid success. That's all it means.
Besides messing with the time, the killer also used a specific thing. They were trying to lure only Nekomaru, then that specific thing. Oh, Monokuma Tai Chi?
I see.
I guess. Okay, yeah, I'm glad that was
That's
right.
it. The killer made use of the Monokuma Tai Chi activity in the morning.
How did they use it?
We were required to go to Great Tower every morning at 7 a.m. for that activity, right? But if they mess with all the clocks inside the building, what would that do to us?
We wouldn't be able to attend on time, but that wouldn't affect Nekomaru. His radio clock had the exact time.
That's right. In doing so, the killer was able to lure him to the tower by himself at the precise time.
And when I witnessed Nekomaru early in the morning,
If I recall, you witnessed Nekomaru around 5 a.m. And if that time was also 2 hours off, it should have been 7 a.m. Yeah, that's pretty much it. At that time, he was heading over to Monokuma Tai Chi, right on schedule.
I see. Now that I think about it, I realize what Monokuma meant when he said those words.
Too early. He didn't even ask you yet.
Jeez, how outrageous. I honestly didn't expect everyone to ditch Monokuma Tai Chi. But it turned out like this after all, so I guess it can't be helped.
When you said everyone, you were including us, right? We thought we came to the tower on time, but in truth, it was way past the meeting time.
Ah, jeez. That's, well, how should I put it? What was it? You know, tripping over a foot or something like that.
Are you talking about tripping over someone else's fault?
Wrong! Too bad.
Liar! I'm right!
That's not it. It's incorrect.
That's definitely the correct answer. You always get so stubborn like this.
Imagine if Nekomaru had been like, morning Fuhiko, you should get going to Tai Chi or you'll be late. You'd think he would, right? You know, why was he not, why wouldn't he have? Like, he's just like, whatever. This fucker clearly doesn't want to go. I'll just leave him alone.
Let's just ignore the peanut gallery. Now that we've found out how the killer lured Nekomaru, the number of suspects has drastically decreased.
Huh?
Hey, why would that decrease the number of suspects? Don't be a friggin' liar!
You'll know I'm not lying when you listen to what Fuyuhiko's going to say next.
huh? What the hell do you mean?
You witnessed Nekomaru going toward the tower. Did something else happen after that?
Are you talking about that alarm?
Alarm?
A little while after I witnessed Nekomaru, the clock in the Strawberry House lounge started going off. Plus, it was just before that rumbling sound occurred. That's it. So that's what it is. If Nekomaru died when the rumble happened, then whoever doesn't have an alibi at the time is the prime suspect.
Really? Was there anyone who didn't have an alibi at that time?
I remember now.
Isn't it Sonia?
The sound was so loud I couldn't help bolting from my room. But there was one guy who never left the lounge. We were both on the same floor. It's pretty weird that bastard never came out of his guest room.
Wait, who? Nagito?
Which means that person
Nagito.
does
It was
not have an
Nagito.
alibi for when Nekomaru fell? Who is it?
Who's the bastard?
It's my boy. I think it's Nagito.
You're the only one!
But I don't think it's actually him, though.
The one who wasn't there. It's you, right, Nagito?
Unless he did it because, you know, he has had a personality shift. So maybe he decided, like, fuck this shit, you know? I'm over it. He said, fuck all y'all. He did say he gave up on all the hope, right?
That's right. Nagito wasn't there. It was just me, Gundam, and Fuyuhiko.
But then why'd he set himself up this way? Nah, I don't buy it.
You didn't come out, even though the alarm was going off like
Unless
crazy.
he really, really doesn't care, I guess, and he wants to be caught.
You weren't in your room, were you?
Nah, it's just because he,
If that's the case, where were you?
had access. Well, but wait, we did the final dead room after everyone was up, didn't we? I can't remember. Whatever, let's keep going.
Please, say something.
If you don't hurry up and answer, I'm gonna suicide dive you!
Huh?
If I may be frank, even if I wanted to go to the lounge, I couldn't.
You couldn't? What do you mean?
It's merely the foolish talk of the weak.
Not only did I not hear the alarm, I never even heard that rumbling sound.
He couldn't?
You're definitely fucking lying.
However, that is also true for me. It is obvious that I did not hear the alarm in Strawberry House, but I did not hear the rumbling sound either. Is that not strange? I mean, everyone else heard it. To be honest, it's not just them. The same goes for me too.
Is it the deluxe rooms or whatever? Who? I forget who were the two people on Strawberry House that had deluxe rooms. Wasn't Gundam one of them? Was Nagito the other one? I can't remember.
I was in a pretty deep sleep, so I thought that's why I couldn't hear it.
But if Gundam was the killer, he could have come out just to cover himself.
It wasn't that. I probably couldn't hear it at all.
Couldn't hear it? What does that mean?
You still don't know. Think about what the three of us who didn't hear a sound have in common, and I'm sure you'll figure it out.
The only people who didn't hear the rumbling noise were Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki. The secret is what these three have in common? Could this also be the secret that points to the killer? Oh, Hangman's Gambit. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. See an X. I can't remember if the room was called Deluxe, but I see an X and an E, so that makes me think maybe. I'm not sure about the second word though. It's 5 letters instead of room. Rooms? I guess maybe just rooms. I think it was Deluxe. Yeah. sorry. I got confused. Oh, there's so much going on. Fuck. Where's an M? I'm all fucked up. Oh, I'm holding one. Oh wait, fuck, I didn't have an M yet. There we go. Fuck. I got it. We got a little fuckered there, but we figured it out. Got a lot of letters very quickly.
Three of you were staying in deluxe rooms.
Didn't
right?
Gundam have a deluxe room too, though? I swear he was one of them.
If I recall, the deluxe rooms are...
No, for real, right, Neo? M, I need an M. The guest rooms are divided up by quality grade. The deluxe room is soundproof and has excellent air insulation. The standard room may have so-so insulation, but it's still pretty decent. And the crummy room has severe airflow and draft problems.
The reason we could not
Right.
hear the rumbling noise.
Makes sense.
That's right. It was because
That's
the deluxe
right.
rooms have superior sound insulation. You actually noticed that. Nice catch, Hajime.
Thank
Are
you.
you using your ultimate reserve corps student talent?
I am. Stop.
Now then, you guys must understand by now, right? The true identity of Nekomaru's killer.
Yes.
Hold on a sec.
Yes.
Why does that lead to who the killer is?
Why? Well, that fact just now is a very important clue. And a
It
decisive
is
factor
Gundam,
in
isn't
identifying
it?
the killer.
It totally is.
Decisive factor?
I knew it. Gun. Roulette. Gundam. Come on. Somehow I feel like I understand what Nagito means. I do. We're on the same wavelength right now. The killer among us. The killer who murdered Nekomaru. Let's do it. It's you.
You're the
I
only
just
one.
know it. Ugh.
Gundam, there's something I want to ask.
Fucking genius, you guys. The Sonya theory thrives. The Sonya theory is fucking banging right now. All right, Gundam, there's something I want to ask you.
When the alarm rang at the Strawberry House Lounge, you rushed over there too, right?
What's wrong with that? If the bell of catastrophe rings throughout the night, it is the universe's providence to stop it.
Why were you able to hear
Oh,
it?
I'm gonna miss you, Soft Serve. I'm gonna miss you so much.
Hear what?
I mean, you were also staying in a deluxe room, right? Nagito was staying in a deluxe room in the same house on the same floor, and he couldn't even hear it.
The Dairy King, if you will. The Dairy King and his Dark Queen.
So why were you able to hear that alarm?
Now that you mention it,
Gundam?
Don't play like that, Sonya.
There was only one possibility. You weren't in your room at the
I
time.
don't trust her.
That's why, even though you were staying in a deluxe room, you still went to the lounge. Am I right?
Gundam, you have some sort of explanation, right?
Gundam probably couldn't return to his room because of Fuyuhiko.
Me?
After you saw Nekomaru heading to the tower, you stayed at the lounge for a while. Am I correct? Until the moment that alarm started ringing, right? If you were in the lounge for that long, the killer who had left earlier obviously wouldn't be able to go back.
Even though Mekamaru's murder was a death trap that utilized the alarm in his chest, the killer still needed to prepare the murder in advance.
like putting Nekomaru in sleep mode and tying him up with the wire.
In order to do that, the killer needed to be waiting for Nekomaru at the tower. Which means when Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru, the killer was already at the tower.
And once they tried to go back, they couldn't because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge.
In their original plan, The killer should have returned to their room before the alarm in the lounge went off. And they were supposed to stay in their room. They weren't planning to come out and go to the lounge.
Which means they wouldn't have heard the alarm or the rumbling sound, thus proving they were in the room, just like us.
The best case scenario would have been if those two in the lounge had gone to check the deluxe rooms. After all, if they personally saw the killer sleeping in their room, it gives the killer a stronger alibi. Unfortunately, they failed to secure that alibi.
Because I was in the lounge.
Slay Fujiko.
So the killer couldn't go back to their room, and ended up hearing the lounge's alarm.
But why'd you come out? You should have hid till the excitement died down.
If Gundam tried to hide, and if those two went to his room to check on him, he would have been found out. That would have been the worst possible outcome. That's why he couldn't just stay hidden.
If those two had just checked the deluxe rooms as planned, that would have been ideal, but how ironic. The moment Fuyuhiko set foot in the lounge, your plan was doomed.
Gundam? Please, can you at least say something?
Answer me this, including myself in my 4 dark devas of destruction. How many ears do we possess? Huh? The answer is 10. That's right, I possess 10 ears. That means I have 5 times the hearing of a normal human.
my God.
The soundproof system here may as well not exist.
Oh,
Is that
Gundam.
Your argument?
You bastard. Do you understand the situation you're in right now?
Oh, Gundam.
Do not panic. The truth shall now commence. At the time, I left my room to go to the bathroom. By coincidence, I
Totally
heard the
checks
alarm.
out.
That's right. That's all it was. The world is always so simple.
Are you saying it was just a coincidence? Isn't that timing a little too perfect?
And yet,
I mean,
I'm
he
being
could have really
suspected by all
really
of
bad
you.
case
It
of
seems it
wrong
was
place, wrong
actually
time.
horrible timing on my part.
It's
I see.
possible.
You're still holding out. Well, you don't have
Gotta give
to
him
admit
that.
it. We're going to decide who the killer is with the majority vote anyway. So, why don't we just go ahead and start voting? It's obvious that Gundam is the killer.
Hold on a sec.
You know, Hajime,
What? Say it.
this class trial, this killing, it's merely the opening act, you know.
Hey! What do you mean the class trial is just the opening act?
Perhaps I should say, it's just a farce.
Oh.
Just a boring farce. So boring, so stressful. I'm so painfully bored that I might develop stomach ulcers.
Oh.
Seriously. Let's just hurry up and finish this before I collapse from poor health.
Nagito, something definitely happened to you, didn't it?
Maybe he remembers who he is.
At some point during the investigation, your behavior became even weirder. What actually happened? Did you discover something?
Well, let's just leave that fun for later. And finish this opening act already.
Ah, you said opening act again!
Please hold on! We have yet to hear Gundam's rebuttal!
But he's completely shut up. Perhaps he can't argue anymore.
Gundam!
I was simply at a loss for words after being dumbfounded by your pathetic assumption.
Let's go. Get crazy. I love it when they go full unhinged
In
once
fact,
they're backed
I
into
shall
a
deny
corner.
the very basis. Your assumption has been wrong since the beginning.
Since the beginning?
Based on your assumption, I hung Nekomaru from the 4th floor of the tower and made the floor descend to the 1st floor. From there, after returning to Strawberry House, I was present when the alarm at the lounge went off, correct? Although going to and fro is busy enough as it is, how would I be able to travel between both houses anyway?
Let's see. The contact elevator was broken.
As I recall, the killer tampered with the Grape House control panel, which shut down the elevator. Plus, the stopped elevator
just showed
should
an
have been facing the
appearance.
grape house side. If so, the human who used the elevator would have left it at Grape House. For these reasons, it's an indisputable fact that the killer destroyed the elevator at Grape House.
And what's wrong with that?
If the elevator was broken at Grape House, you wouldn't be able to return to Strawberry House.
However, I was already at Strawberry House. I was present when the alarm in the lounge started ringing, which means your assumption is clearly wrong.
Nagito's sudden appearance.
Are you serious? And here I thought it's already been decided.
Have you learned your lesson, pitiful humans? You cannot overcome this contradiction.
I miss him calling me a fiend. That's wrong. When something is obviously wrong, that's when a contradiction is born. There's no such thing as a contradiction that can't be overcome. Hell yeah. Let's do this. I really thought Nagito's sudden appearance was gonna be one of those. Okay, let's just see what they say.
Was the only means of travel between the two houses. As long as that elevator was broken, your assumption collapses.
Plus, the elevator was broken at Grape House.
Means of travel broken.
If the killer cannot return to Strawberry House,
Since I was at Strawberry House at that time, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
How much longer do you plan to lecture me? Why don't we stop this already?
Okay. Accomplice, interesting. I mean, I do believe that. I don't know how I prove that yet, though. Contradiction is when something is obviously wrong. There's no contradiction. I can't shoot through. I think I was gonna see if I can maybe do this one without writing things down, but I think I'm gonna have to. There's a lot of options again. Okay, hold on. Guess we're not ready for Nagito's sudden appearance yet. Okay, hold on. Let me look at my truth bullets first.
That
Okay. Fuyuhiko's count. Wall clock. Contact elevator. Alarm timer. Video clock. Broken doorknob. Shouldn't be any of these, but I still like to write everything down just in case. Good night button. Then Fuyuhiko's account again. Okay. All right, let's see what our... The only means of travel. Okay.
as long as that elevator was broken, your assumption collapses.
Plus, the elevator was broken at Grape House.
Broken. Okay.
if the killer cannot return to Strawberry House,
Since I was at Strawberry House at that, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
Accomplice, I can agree to.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
How much...
Secret passageway. Hey, Az, what's up?
Why don't we stop this
We're
already?
cooking. Okay.
That...
Okay. You live. All right, so we have the only means of travel, broken elevator at Grape House, secret passageway, and we can agree with them having an accomplice. Our truth bullet options. are Fuyuhiko's account, wall clock, contact elevator, clock's alarm timer, radio clock, broken doorknob, goodnight button. I don't think any of these options are it. I think my first thought is use secret passageway against the only means of travel. And then that will lead into Nagito's sudden appearance. Just saying hi. What's wrong with that?
The only means of travel between the two houses. As long as that elevator was broken, your assumption
that?
collapses.
Plus, the elevator was broken at Grape House.
If the killer cannot return to Strawberry House,
Wait, what did I just say? Use secret passageway against the only means of travel, yeah.
Since I was at Strawberry House at that time, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It
I
would have
pass it?
been different if they had an accomplice.
Oh no, I think it's here.
was a secret passageway.
Pick it up, please. Okay.
How much longer do you plan to lecture me? Why don't we stop this already?
Okay. Let's try this.
That elevator was the only means of travel between the two.
No, that's wrong!
Nice. Yay!
No, there should have been another way to move between the two houses without the elevator.
Such a
Oh
method does not
yeah,
exist.
we're nailing Gundam down, bitch. We already like voted him.
Then why don't we
Or,
ask
like,
the
selected
person who
him.
actually used that method?
Oh, Nagito! Hey, King!
You're the only one!
Come through for me,
Nagito,
baby!
you should know.
What are you talking about?
Nagito, do not
Don't
start.
play dumb. You appeared so suddenly
Do
that
not
one time
start.
because you used that method,
I
right?
swear. He just loves playing games. Don't refill that bucket. Okay, maybe do actually. You probably should.
There's a secret passage connecting the first floor of Strawberry House to the third floor of Grape House. Isn't that right?
Jeez. Once again, I let the reserve course show up.
Yeah. You just like to treat me every once in a while, don't you?
But you're right. There's a door on
Yeah.
the floor of the Octagon.
Yeah, right.
Which is on the first floor of Strawberry House. After I opened the door and went down, surprise, surprise! I ended up in the Monokuma Archive, which is on the third floor of Grape House.
Ah.
Meaning the third floor and the fourth floor are actually connected.
Plus, once you've cleared the final dead room once, you can pass through it as many times as you want.
If they used that secret passage, they could have gone between the two houses as much as they wanted.
Infinity Unlimited
God.
Flame!
Okay, relax. Just relax.
However, what if the killer was unaware of the existence of the final dead room?
There's no way they didn't know.
That is merely an illusion you have fabricated from your
they
own
keep making
suspicion.
me do this game. I hate this one.
If you value your life, you should stop with your scrutiny.
There's no way I can stop.
Did you say? Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Okay. Whatever you say.
Even if the turbine box
yet.
doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes,
Oh my
provided
god.
you use a spacious
They're all
wormhole.
over the goddamn place.
However, how frail I say. Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Bro, what the fuck is this?
I can't
Are you
back down.
kidding me? Fuck.
Even if the turbine box doesn't exist,
I'm gonna
you
get so
could
fucked
travel
on
through
this.
multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I
What is
say.
he even talking about
Your
right now?
decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
I already proved a secret passage exists. The secret passage was at the Octagon.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the Octagon? Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom of blind confusion, at least pray to the key which dwells in the light!
Wait, so he only had one thing to argue against there, didn't he? Evidence that the killer went to the Octagon? I'm trying to think of what all those options were again, that it just gave me. There was like wire. I need to look at them all again. Hold on, let me look at my. Oh.
Know the limits of your own.
Good night button. Tipped over pillar. Pillar fragments. Clock alarm timer. Radio clock. I think there was more there. How is any of this evidence that he went to the Octagon though? Okay, hold on. Let me write these down. Does that say? Clock's alarm timer. Radio clock.
You say the
Broken doorknob and wire. How did any of these prove? Hold on. How do any of these prove? Maybe the wire? They got the wire from there? That's the only thing I can think of. Let's try that, I guess.
Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom of blood.
Allow me to cut through those words.
Okay, cool. I wasn't super confident in that, so I'm glad that worked out.
The wire used to string up Nekomaru's body. The hammer that looked like the weapon. And the chain on the door in the tower. Those are all the items that weren't in Funhouse. Where did the killer obtain them?
The only place I can think of is the Octagon. There were various weapons and tools there. I'm pretty sure I saw stuff like wires, hammers, and chains too.
Okay. If it was Gundam, this specific Hajime of your playthrough must feel like shit. He spent a ton of time with Gundam. While they were trapped here in the funhouse, Gundam even gave Hajime his underwear that's either invisible or non-existent. That's so true. We literally just became good friends with him. That's so true.
Since those items were used in the crime, there's no doubt that the killer went
I
to
still
the
think that Sonya put him up to it, though. Sonya theory is thriving.
If that's the case, they obviously know about the secret passage too, right?
It seems this is the end. Normally, we'd end up listening to Hajime lecture us with a very long summary of the case. But there's no reason to waste any more time on this opening act.
He's over it.
So I'm going to end this right now.
Really?
Hey, what are you...
First of all, by messing with all the clocks in the building, Gundam tried to lure only Nekomaru.
He
The
said,
elevator was probably broken by that
No
point.
rhythm game.
Thanks to that,
No comic.
Nekomaru wasn't able to go to Grape Tower. which was supposed to be the meetup point. So he tried going over to Strawberry
so
Tower,
funny.
just like
He
we did when we
did.
found out the elevator was broken. Well,
Look at him
it's
go.
obvious he'd attempt that. At that time, we didn't know the two towers were the
And it's
exact same
auto-playing
place.
through it. This is
also,
so funny.
the button in Strawberry Hall wasn't broken, so he was easily able to enter
They're
Strawberry
hilarious for
Tower.
this.
But surprise! Gundam was waiting for Nekomaru's arrival.
Hold on. If Nekomaru didn't go to Strawberry Tower, what would the killer have
It
done
was
then?
auto-playing, yeah. It was. Yeah, it's such a nice little touch. Yeah, hold on. If Nekomaru didn't go to Strawberry Tower, what would the killer have done?
Their plan was a balancing act of uncertainties. But even if they failed,
Really, truly.
they probably wouldn't have minded.
That was so good.
They can just greet everyone the next morning as if nothing happened and come up with a different plan.
True that.
And without such a risky plan, they wouldn't have been able to lure him at all.
I'm going to continue summarizing the case, okay?
All right, go on, King.
Through this,
Speak your truth.
Gundam successfully lured Nekomaru to Strawberry Tower. There's no way he could fight head-on with the robotic Nekomaru, so by pressing the goodnight button, he rendered Nekomaru powerless without fighting him.
Wasn't in on the train too? Gundam was the one sitting behind Nekomaru, so he would have seen the goodnight button on the back. I mean, I know we talked about the goodnight button as well, but just like, I think I remember that from the train ride into the funhouse.
Hold on! You... What did you just say? That I didn't battle?
What's wrong with that?
Oh, found a sore spot.
Don't mess with me!
Were they? Hold on. I think I took a screenshot of it. I want to look. I think I took a screenshot of it. I might be wrong. I have fucking 68. Oh, never mind. Sorry. Nagito is the one that was behind Nekomaru. Gundam was next, sitting next to Nekomaru. He's eyeing Nekomaru. Yeah, Nagito is in the back. Nagito's in the back. Then in front of Nagito is Nekomaru and Gundam. In front of them is me and Chiaki. In front of us is Sonia and Akane, and then in front of them is Fuyuhiko and Kazuichi. Yeah, I was with Chiaki, as I should be. Okay, never mind. Nagito was behind him, but Gundam was next to him. Not that that really matters, but anyway. Okay. I think I had a theory that Nagito like pressed Gundam or Nekomaru's button, and then the rest of them got knocked out like normal with gas or whatever it was. Anyways, okay.
Don't mess with me! I cannot ignore those words!
He said those are fighting words.
Why are you angry all of a sudden?
You fools do not understand!
love
You
him.
don't understand at all! Ha! You make me laugh! After all this time, you still don't understand anything at all!
He said absolutely fucking not.
I don't understand anything. What does that mean?
It appears I cannot finish just yet. Maybe I'm just a human destined for hell. However, I cannot finish just yet. I cannot finish!
Interesting choice of words.
What do you intend to do?
I think we should let him finish, you guys.
It's obvious! I'm going to destroy your illusory assumptions!
Are you saying you still have more? You still have room to argue?
Your words. You said I pressed Nekomaru's goodnight button. However, that button was on the back of Nekomaru's neck. To press it, I'd have to get behind him.
It's not easy to get the drop on Coach Nekomaru.
It's even more difficult if it's a one-on-one situation.
Just as I thought. Truly frail. Succumbing so easily to this simple argument. It was just a mere illusion. If you want to set me up as the killer, at least surpass your own human limitations.
That's wrong,
Fair point,
then.
King.
You're the one who's wrong.
Such a wonderful line. However, I cannot say that I'm satisfied.
Oh, we'll make sure you're satisfied, Gundam. We'll make sure you finish.
Listen well. I shall teach you 2 tips for making someone admit their defeat. First, you must crush them with your own overwhelming power. And as for the other, you must provide a reason that will persuade that human. You have not fulfilled either of those yet.
I guess you really don't want to admit it. And just as you requested, I will provide an argument that'll leave you no choice but to be persuaded. Oh, okay. Rhythm game time. I need to remember my controls. Okay, hold on. Left mouse to lock on, attack. Select final attack. Final strike is left mouse. Reload is tab. Fever is space. Okay, pretty simple. Fever space. Reload tab.
For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire!
My eyes can never follow this shit, bro.
Crushed as David prophesied!
I don't even know if I'm
Show me
hitting
the
it.
cadaver! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither!
Am I even on beat?
Crushed as David prophesied! It's Nekomaru's back. Do you really think I can get behind him?
This is the end!
The 4 Dark Devas. Get him. I don't know how I always
Even if
end
you
up
didn't
doing
get
okay
behind
on that
Nekomaru,
game.
you should have
I
been
feel
able to
like I
press the button
somehow
on the
just
back of his
managed to
neck.
get through it every time. I am so shocked I have not failed that game yet. So shocked. I've gotten the answer at the end wrong before, but I haven't like failed the actual like beat part of it. Even if you didn't get behind Nekomaru, you should have been able to press the button on the back of his
As
neck.
long as you had the power of the hamsters you keep with you.
Hell yeah.
Are you seriously saying he used his hamsters to press the button on the back of Nekomaru's
He easily
neck?
could have done it, Fuyuhiko.
Of course,
Why are
it'd be
you
impossible
arguing
for a
this?
normal hamster, but it would have been possible for Gundams. In fact, we saw that with our very own eyes, right?
Emissary of Evil, in accordance with our ancient contract, the time has come to lend me your aid. Pierce through Supernova Silver Fox Sandy. Choo-choo! Click! Press the button. Truly, this is the Skyline Lamentation art of the Demon Mouse. Soon the door of destiny shall open.
Now that you mention it, after Ibuki was killed in the music venue, one of Gundam's hamsters retrieved the piece of wallpaper from the baton
I
lighting, right?
knew those hamsters would help him eventually. The lines the game has him say with a serious voice is hilarious. The power of the hamsters, not for real.
Hey, with your friends and their exceptionally smart brains, it must have been possible to secretly get one of them behind Mekamaru and press the button on the back of his neck.
How about it, Gundam?
Yeah, Gundam. Is he gonna lose it finally?
Not just myself, but you actually brought up how splendid my subordinates are. I have no recourse but to admit it.
Admit it? Did you say you admit it?
It appears I've obtained a one-way ticket to hell. Fine! Then you must trample me underfoot and advance. Victory can only be built upon a foundation of corpses. You cannot find peace without sacrifice anywhere. Now, trample this life. Trample it as though it were mere trash on the side of the road. Pull the curtain strings of this worthless performance with your own 2 hands.
All right, let's do this. Finish the thought. Actually, hold on. Let me identify which ones can't be used. that one? Oh, not that one either. What is? I woke up at. Oh, that's me waking up? Is it that? No. Oh, it's this? Yeah. Okay. Okay, that one's used. Oh, whoops. Hold on. Is it this one? Okay. Came up. Well. Wait, did I already try this? Okay, yeah. Who's... Okay.
Here's
I
everything
got
that
it.
happened in this
Okay.
case.
Nice.
Let's first go over the,
The
many
naked
tricks
gray
the killer
man
prepared before they
versions of
committed
the
the crime.
Devas have to be the best part of this closing argument. Oh my gosh, I didn't even pay attention to it that closely. I'll have to go back and look. All right, let's go. Let's first go over the many tricks the killer prepared before they committed the crime.
First, they destroyed the contact elevator. This separated Nagito and the others in Strawberry House from our group in Grape House. Next, they lured Nekomaru out by himself by turning back all the clocks in the funhouse by 2 hours. Additionally, in order to secure an alibi, the killer went to the Strawberry House Lounge and set the wall clock's alarm to 5:30 a.m. After finishing their preparations, the killer went to Strawberry Tower with the necessary tools in hand. They obtained these tools from the Octagon, which you can enter once you clear the final dead room. This means the killer discovered the secret of the funhouse faster than anybody else. That secret being, Strawberry House and Grape House are actually the same building. On the morning of the incident, Nekomaru woke up and headed over to Grape Tower for a specific reason. There,
Fuyuhiko's so
who
me in
was
the
at
morning.
the lounge by
Look
coincidence,
at that face.
witnessed Nekomaru. According to Fuyuhiko's testimony, that was around 5 a.m., but by that point, the killer had already messed with our perception of time. In actuality, Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru at 7 a.m. That's also the same time Monokuma Tai Chi begins. Nekomaru went to Grape Tower to participate in that. However, because the
The sound
contact
effects for
elevator
his
was
walking.
broken, Nekomaru was unable to go to Grape Tower. So he decided to try going to Strawberry Tower. But the killer was waiting for him
Oh
there.
my gosh, I see. That is really cute. I love that.
With the power of hamsters, they were able to press the good night button on the back of Nekomaru's neck. This forced him to enter sleep mode, rendering him immobile. From there, the killer began preparing to use the ultimate weapon.
All the murders are
They
crazy,
set
but
the
this
alarm
is
in
so
Nekomaru's
crazy.
chest to 7:30 a.m. so he'd wake up.
So much preparation. So much.
Then they tied him up with a metal wire, tied the tip of the wire into a loop, and hung it on the doorknob. After leaving Strawberry Tower, the killer then destroyed the door button to Strawberry Hall. They did this to keep us from entering Strawberry Tower, and to keep us from discovering the secret of the building's structure that they used to kill Nekomaru.
I could see maybe he decided to do this on his own to like save Sonia so that they could eat. Or I can see Sonia getting him to do it.
Then,
clearly caught
they used the
feels.
secret octagon passageway to travel to Grape House. After arriving at Grape Hall, they pressed the button to open the door to the tower. When that happened, the elevator-like floor of the tower began descending. And Nekomaru's body was still inside, dangling upside down in midair from the wire. The killer entered Grape Tower to see if their setup was successful, and placed a hammer on the floor to look like the weapon, then wrapped a chain around the back door. This was done to make us falsely believe we couldn't enter the tower from Strawberry Hall. With this, the killer finished their setup and tried to go back to their room using the
Well,
secret
if he gets
passage.
away with it, he's killing Sonia, but I mean, it's kind of like in his mind, it might be like he wins either way. Either he gets away with it and he gets to escape, which everybody wants, or he doesn't get away with it, but because he cares about Sonia, Sonia is like Sonia's, you know, gonna survive and get to eat food. They're not gonna all die from starvation.
So they could craft their alibi when Nekomaru died from the fall. But something unexpected happened. Fuyuhiko, who saw Nekomaru earlier, was still at the lounge. As a result, the killer couldn't return to their room, and with no options available, time ran out. The lounge's wall clock alarm started ringing at 5:30. To avoid a worst-case scenario, the killer was forced to appear in front of Fuyuhiko with the others. When the wall clock's alarm rang, that was also the same time Nekomaru was waking up. He woke up while he was still hanging upside down, so he couldn't help but sway his body powerfully. Originally, the loop of wire was only supposed to slip off the doorknob. but because there was a heavier load than expected, the doorknob ended up breaking. Nekomaru fell from the 4th floor all the way to the 1st floor. He crashed into the pillar, which decapitated him on impact, and died. The sound of Nekomaru's impact echoed throughout the funhouse. However, by this point, the killer's plan was about to fail, thanks to the broken doorknob and Fuyuhiko. Meaning, the killer is someone who wouldn't have heard the alarm if they were in the deluxe room. They also wouldn't have been able to return to their guest room, because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge.
And thus,
That someone is Gundam Tanaka. I can't think of anyone else but you.
Splendid. That was splendid. For a mere human, you did quite well.
Stop. Stop it already.
well, this is sad.
Stop using weird words to avoid the truth. Or I'll friggin' kill you myself! I cannot believe it. I just cannot believe. You killed Nekomaru? I cannot believe something like that.
You don't wish to forgive me? Do you feel regret? Then finish it! Cast your impure votes for Gundam Tanaka! My beloved, deadly foes, let the voting time begin!
All right. See how we did. We got quite a few 100s. I'm proud. Wow. We kind of slayed. Hi, Red. Yes, we are. We are finishing up the trial now. Welcome in. Thanks for getting your daily mint. We did pretty good, actually.
This result isn't all that exciting.
Why not?
Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote.
Thank you, Az. Thank you.
Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
About the dreadfully right one.
Please pull the lever!
I just became besties with Gundam. This is upsetting.
Crap! I bit my tongue at the most important part!
Just got off work. Couldn't be happier for your new job next week. Oh, congratulations. I'm so excited for you. Alrighty. Oh, bestie, why? Why did you have to do this, bestie? Why? It'd be bad if I bit my tongue again, so I'll speak slowly. Judging from the results, you guys were correct again. Getting 4 in a row without any mistakes is a splendid achievement. That's right. The one who killed the robotic Nekomaru in the amazing funhouse was Gundam Tanaka.
Nice!
Yay! I said all that without biting my tongue.
Now then.
Now that we've decided who the killer is, let's do the execution already and get this over with. He's so over it. Fun thing, Gundam's VA did a playthrough. Due to the way they only got bits and pieces of the dialogue, sometimes out of order, he knew Gundam's eventual fate, but not when it happened. So he got completely caught off guard, even accidentally picking Gundam slightly too early and feeling relieved that it wasn't him at that specific part. Oh, that's amazing. I love that. Y'all, with the first? Was it the first? Yeah, with the first trial, I suspected Gundam just because of the stupid earring thing. So that's kind of funny. Hold on. It's true the class trial is finished, but that doesn't mean the incident is over. We can't finish yet until we hear from Gundam.
Jeez.
No matter what he says, it won't change a thing. I do suspect everyone except Chiaki, yes. Because that's my girl. Well, I have no right to stop you either, so do whatever you like.
Oh, my tears.
Why do you want to talk to the one who has lost? The loser merely leaves. It would just be unnecessary for me to say something.
Listen well.
Is what I would like to say, but for honor's sake, I shall correct one thing. Correct?
How pitiful.
You guys said I made Nekomaru powerless without fighting him. That, however, is a great mistake. Huh?
Fine.
Nekomaru did fight. That is no mistake. And because he fought, he lost and died.
Damn it!
Lost and died?
This, too, must be
If
the
he was
will
just
of
trying to cling
causality.
to life, there are many ways he could have done so. However, he did not allow that.
You.
What do you mean? Explain. Fine then. Then I shall reveal it all.
Let's make history.
Within the final dead room, I discovered the secret of the funhouse, and I devised a killing plan utilizing that secret. By tampering with all the clocks in the building, I succeeded in luring Nekomaru to the tower, and this is what happened. Nekomaru and I were alone in the tower, standing face to face with one another. I should say I expected as much from Nekomaru. He sensed my subtle killing intent and instantly understood the situation. And we had ourselves a stare down. In that situation, if he wanted to run away, it would have been easy for him to do so. He could have run away, or even called for help. But he did not turn his back to me. Instead, he chose a fight that risked life and death.
That is...
A fight that risked life and death?
Let me tell you
He was
this.
serious, too. He gave it his all to try and kill me. If I had died instead, the mystery surrounding the case would have been even more complicated. You would never know why I, the victim, went to the tower by
I can
myself.
see it!
Nobody would know that the victim, me, was actually the one who planned the whole
Could
thing.
it be?
Nekomaru really did that?
Sensing even my subtle killing intent, as expected of you, Nekomaru.
The scorching,
Love the
stinging,
animation of the
tense
scarf.
atmosphere. I've been a team manager for so long, I'd nearly forgotten this. This is great! What a comforting atmosphere!
That's a great one.
He loves a good line.
What is your reason? Do you intend to resolve this situation by killing me?
I am the Warlock, Gundam Tanaka. Heroes, Lords of Darkness, and even the gods themselves flee from me. I need not cling to any trivial reason. I'm simply going to kill you because your very existence is an annoyance.
You'll drench your soul with evil until the bitter end, huh? Splendid! In response to your spirit, I shall kill you with all of my might. I won't go easy on you. Don't even think about holding back. Don't waste your breath on cowardly tactics. Give me everything you got.
Nekomaru Nidai, your blood will drench the foundation of my empire!
Maybe Gundam almost died and then his hamsters intervened?
That is...
Why? Why did you fight? We're all friends. Why couldn't you stop this? Even if both sides agreed, it was still wrong. I will not argue. I have no intention of forcing my values upon
Let
you.
me tell you this.
However, I must say this. What's the point of living if you're just waiting until you finally die?
You weakling!
There's nothing courageous about that. That is abandonment, a mere feeling of resignation.
Fall, my
Ever since we were
tears.
locked inside that building, everyone had been dominated by that feeling of abandonment. However, nothing is born from resignation. That is simply a reason to give up.
If you flinch, you will die!
Giving up on life, that's just an insult to life itself.
Let me ask.
Have you fools heard of the term dog eat dog? Cannibalism?
Fine.
In zoology, cannibalism is a commonly observed phenomenon. Many creatures at some point in their lifespan engage in cannibalism.
Listen well.
That is what it means to live. If you say killing for the sake of living is evil, then what would you call giving up on life itself?
I shall engulf this world.
If a world would consider that justice, then I will fight that world with every last fiber of my being. Giving up on life and choosing death is nothing but a blasphemy toward life.
I renounce you!
It is a violation of the natural order. It is the arrogance of humanity.
You.
Are you saying all that to try to justify what you did?
But
He's amazingly Compared to everyone else who is trying to explain like what they did, he is being the least unhinged about it, which is crazy considering how normally his baseline is to be so incredibly unhinged. But like, he kind of be making sense right now. He's saying it in a very grandiose way, but like, he kind of be making sense. I always wonder how much of this is Gundam's vision and how much is actually how it happened. Like, those Nekomaru lines feel like the type of sentiment he might express, but the actual words feel like Gundam doing a Nekomaru impression. Yeah, I can definitely see that. That makes sense. But it sounds like Nekomaru felt the same too. That's why they fought, right?
Damn it.
Fine.
That man had the courage to die when he needed to die. That is why he challenged me to our battle. Regardless, as I've already said, I do not intend to force my values upon you fools. I have betrayed you all. That is the absolute truth.
Fall, my
But even
tears.
so, don't you think it's a better alternative to slowly starving to death here?
Oh,
That belief is why you committed your crime.
you...
Hey, what about the final dead room? Did you do the Russian roulette too?
Let's make history.
Unlike Nagito, I only did it once, but compared to my battle with Nekomaru, that was mere child's play.
Well,
You know, after listening to you talk for a while, I'm starting to think that, well, it's also because you unexpectedly admitted your crime without much resistance. Gundam, don't tell me you didn't sacrifice yourself for our sake, did you? I can't believe you would ask such a foolish question.
My name is Gundam Tanaka.
Just who do you think I am? I am Gundam Tanaka, history's greatest monster. My cursed existence is feared by all mankind. There's no way I'd sacrifice myself for the sake of you fools.
Fade like
Not
dust
in a
the
million,
wind.
not in a billion, not in 10,000 billion years. In the name of pandemonium, it is impossible. Is that it? Then I'll just leave it at that. Now then, let us be rid of this foolish talk. It's about time the fun started. And the fact that he never once breaks the Chuni character, he's Gundam Tanaka, the Warlock, the supreme overlord of ice to his very core. Yes, he is. Hell fucking yeah, he is. Monokuma, let us begin.
Yes, indeed.
Yay! Got it! I have prepared a special punishment for the ultimate breeder, Gundam Tanaka. That's a scary sentence.
wait!
Please wait. This is just too
I beg
much.
of you!
Please, Monokuma. Please help Gundam.
Huh?
Miss Sonia.
I beg of you!
How pitiful.
Sonia. An act as unrefined as stopping a man from going to his death does not befit a noble such as yourself. Gundam. It's fine to start for reals, right? For reals.
Fine.
Or no, sorry, for super reals. Yes, I do not mind. However,
What is it, my four dark devas of destruction?
not his
Are you
Davis.
worried about me? Oh, my feared four dark devas of destruction. That is not like you at all.
Stop, that's sad. That hurts. Stop.
However, there is no need to fear. In this world, I am only a temporary visitor.
Stop. This is hurting my feelings,
I was simply
actually.
visiting for a moment, and now that my duty is complete, I must return to the darkness. That is why, until the very end, pride, conceit, courage, insolence, fearful of nothing, daunted by nothing.
You know what? Hell fucking yeah, Gundam. Hell fucking yeah.
Let us laugh uproariously.
Okay, let me try. There you go. How about
That
that?
is Gundam Tanaka! I
Yes.
shall stick with my evil until the very end!
Yes.
Open sesame pandemonium! I shall fill hell with true hell!
Yeah.
Let's give it
bitch.
everything we've got. It's punishment time.
I'm actually really sad about this. I didn't want to be right, but I'm proud of myself for being right. I kind of developed a fondness for Gundam. Oh, I was wondering what the fuck I was looking at. Oh, trampled? Wait, is Deva's gonna die too? Or no, oh, okay, he put them in a safe place. Oh. Oh. Go off, King. He's making quick work of that, ain't he? Honestly, what an icon, actually. What a fucking icon. This is fantastic. Stop. Oh my god. Oh my god. Stop. Oh my god. Kind of hilarious, kind of heartbreaking. No, no. Even after Gundam is gone, the spirit of his parting words still lingered deep in our chests. Don't give up on life. Did I misunderstand what he meant? Then what's the right thing to do? I don't know. No matter how much I think about it, I don't know if I'll ever be able to answer that.
Damn it.
I'm so pissed off. I need to throw something.
Damn it!
You all spent so much time worrying about each other, and thanks to that, things ended up like this. You're all full of shit, every last one of you. But the biggest piece of shit is me.
The worst.
Damn it. Why am I so weak?
Oh.
It's such a downer, clearly. But still, even though we feel this way, we still gotta do our very best.
You are right.
This time around, we must move forward. We must continue to live and believe in our friends. If not,
You are right.
Gundam will most likely crawl his way out of hell, and I presume he will be very cross with us. You're right. You're right. We shouldn't just stand here. I mean, it's not like this is over. We still have to do it. We still have to finish this. For the sake of our friends who have died, we need to finish this once and for all. So, don't just stand there. Stand up and walk. Move forward. Live. If you don't, everyone who fought and died will have died in vain. We can't allow that.
Hey! Hey!
So how long are you guys gonna stand around chattering? The class trial's over, so it's okay for you to hurry back over to Jabberwock Island. However, the killing school trip will proceed as usual, so make sure you know that.
Wait!
Hold on. How much longer are you gonna keep doing this? Seriously, how long is he going to keep doing this? How long is this going to continue?
Now then.
All right. After feeling down for so long, I finally feel refreshed. Let's hurry up and eat some food. That's a quick switch up.
Hey, hey!
Hold on a sec. That mood shift is too damn fast.
Not like that.
Well, you know, it's like Gundam and Nekomaru said. That's what it means to live, right? Oh, the tears. She's certainly something else. But seriously, I'm starving.
Hey, hey.
Then let's go back and eat for now. And then after we're full, let's sleep as much as we want.
Right?
And then let's do our best again. Yeah, you're right. With this, the class trial has come to an end, and once again, we return to Jabberwock Island. The size of our group has definitely diminished. But despite that, even if it was just the rest of us, we did our very best to stay upbeat and have fun together. Of course, our optimism was only superficial. But at that moment,